Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson for Catholic Newsbreak. Here's what's happening this week in the news. We begin from the Vatican. A commission aimed at strengthening relationship between the Vatican and China recently concluded an important meeting, and they have some good news for the church. Rome Reports takes us to the Vatican with more on the story.
A commission established by Benedict XVI to study the situation of the Catholic Church in China has completed its three-day meeting on how to improve the relationship between the two. The Vatican has looked into the formation of the laity and also how to prepare for the Year of Faith. The commission is composed by superiors of the Roman Curia, along with representatives of Chinese bishops and religious congregations. These include the Cardinal of Hong Kong, Zhang Tonghan, and Cardinal Emeritus of that same city, Joseph Zen. The meeting concludes with good news, since a new Chinese bishop was ordained with the consent of the Pope and the Chinese government.
Looking at news now from around the country, Jan Karski, the late Polish-American professor who tried to alert the world to the horrors of the Holocaust, will be honored with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civilian honor. President Barack Obama announced the award during an event at the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. Karski was an officer in the Polish underground during World War II. There he witnessed the atrocities being committed under Nazi occupation. He was captured by Soviet and then Nazi forces before escaping both times. Karski tried to warn President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Supreme Court Justice Felix Frankfurter, and British Foreign Secretary Anthony Eden about what was happening to Europe's Jews under the Nazis, but he was not believed. Karski, who was Catholic, has long been honored in the Jewish community for his efforts to bring attention to the horrors he witnessed. Karski went on to earn a doctorate at Georgetown University. He became a professor at its School of Foreign Service and taught government and East European history for nearly 40 years. He became a U.S. citizen in 1954, and he published Story of a Secret State. Karski died in 2000. In his remarks at the Holocaust Museum, President Obama said honoring Karski is a part of making sure such atrocities never happen again. In other news now from the Vatican, bishops from the Northwest United States are in Rome on their ad limina visit. Alaskan bishops are with the group and talked with Catholic News Service about the importance of preserving the environment and how Alaskan natives can teach Christians about respecting nature.
We have to re-educate people about the environment, our responsibilities, and so on. And I think our Native peoples can help us with that. They have such this deep appreciation of the world around them that if we can learn from them, we're going to be in a lot better shape.
There is some real solitude in some of these small villages, and a man has to really have a sense of a contemplative spirit, a missionary spirit, and a real zeal and love for the Lord, which translates into a real zeal and love for serving God's people.
Nature is very important to the people of Alaska, and we are in the process of planning a gathering precisely around that topic next year. But it will also have with it a component of bringing the people out to the villages to have a sense of how fragile the environment is.
And we end our news now with two similar stories. The first takes us to California, where a cross will be restored to a war memorial in a remote part of the national park in the California desert. District Court Judge Robert Timlin signed off on an agreement between the Department of Justice and the American Civil Liberties Union to swap the 1-acre parcel at Sunrise Rock in Mojave National Preserve for land of equal value in the preserve that was donated for the trade. The memorial site will be owned by the Veterans Home of California Barstow Veterans of Foreign Wars Post number 385E. The cross was installed in 1934 by the Veterans of Foreign Wars in a section of the preserve in San Bernardino County. It has been privately maintained over the years until a former National Park Service employee sued the government, objecting to the Christian symbol represented on federal land. In 2009, the Supreme Court ruled it would be constitutional for the cross to stay on federal land, but sent the case back to lower courts to reconsider the proposed swap that would end government ownership of the property. A statement posted on the preserve's website said that after the exchange of ownership is completed, sometime before the end of the year, the National Park Service would install a fence around the parcel, and the Park Service will install a plaque on Sunrise Rock describing this memorial commemorating American war veterans. Once the exchange is complete, a cross will be installed again on the land. The second story is a similar situation that has happened in Rhode Island, where the Freedom from Religion Foundation, an atheist group, is petitioning authorities in Woonsocket to remove a cross from a war memorial in a public park outside the Woonsocket Fire Department headquarters. The group also asked for the fireman's prayer and a graphic of an angel consoling a grieving firefighter to be removed from the fire department's website. Woonsocket Mayor Leo Fontaine said on a radio news program that he would not comply with the request. Monsignor John Allard, chaplain of the town's fire department and pastor of St. Agatha and Precious Blood parishes, said the cross is a landmark. The monument was erected in 1921 in honor of William Jolicoeur, a member of the U.S. forces killed in France during World War I. It was rededicated in 1952 by the disabled American veterans in honor of 3 brothers from the town who were killed in World War II. Well, that is all the information we have for you at this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic Newsbreak.